meteorologist Mark Mulner is your host for the weather show Weather Northeastern. We're going to get right into viewer sent in photos and videos, but before we do, take a look at major hurricane weather update here. Major hurricane category 5, and we're not talking about Irma anymore, we're talking about Maria. Targeting the island of Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands here, this system is going to continue over towards the Caribbean islands in the direction of Puerto Rico. Top sustained winds right around that 160, 165 range. This system is really packing a punch. It caused a lot of damage to Dominique here with all the islands and all the Guadalupe down towards just south of St. Martin here. So really not a very good scenario here across the Caribbean islands, continuing to deal with these hurricanes. Puerto Rico is in real big danger here. If you live in a flimsy or very structure that's made of wood or anything lesser, you're not going to want to stay in it, because this system is going to really pack a punch as it targets the island on Wednesday here. Probably a category 5 or a high-end 4, probably looking at a 5 here. Most dangerous scenario, making landfall somewhere along the south coast of Puerto Rico. And any way we cut it, the system will continue to scrape the Dominican Republic coastline here, and then it ends up right just east of Bahamas. And that's where the question mark lies, where exactly the storm goes. One thing, it will go on a slow weakening trend there on after, because it will encounter a little bit more wind shear. It will also be in Irma's wake there, so cooler water temperatures. But nonetheless, we're dealing with a major hurricane here, another category 5. This is really remarkable for a hurricane season. Taking a look at the factors affecting basically, before we do that, let's take a look at Jose, because this system, Jose, is continuing off the east coast here. It's going to do the loop right off Cape Cod here in Long Island, and we'll be talking about this system for a while. This system, minimal category 1 hurricane, borderline high-end tropical storm, starting to look a little bit more subtropical. But guess what? Take a look at the factors here. Jose will pretty much ultimately probably determine here where Maria goes. Probably, if it hangs around long enough, Jose will keep Maria on a northwest, eventually north, and maybe curve it back out to sea. So depending on how strong Jose is here, along with that blocking high, we got to make sure where that blocking high sets up here. It's going to continue to block Jose. Will it be strong enough to block Maria as well? And you throw Jose into the mix. Jose is going to be bringing that flow out of the southwest here, so that could deflect Maria away from the U.S. East Coast. So let's watch for that. Of course, the satellite picture of Maria looking very healthy on satellite picture across the Atlantic here. It's the big show of the day and the evening. Let's take a look at viewers send in photos and videos. Robert Jason Stone, this is back on September 7th. This is back around Lake Erie, Dunkirk area. His daughter Jewel took pictures here of some very nice lightning across the area. Beautiful skies across Erie. That's a very beautiful part of the country, and that gets quite some big thunderstorms that move off. And I-77 here in Illinois, take a look at some beautiful sunset shots across the area. So thank you, Robert Jason Stone, for sending those in. Lucas D. from Linden, Texas, taking a look at some beautiful twilight area and sunset across the area. This part of Texas pretty much unscathed from Harvey's wrath. Looking beautiful as always. He's got some photos finally of a nice sunset across the area, something he hasn't snapped in quite some time. Getting right into the forecast, starting off, your attention is drawn here to Cape Cod. Basically, southeastern New England here, we're getting in on some heavy rain across the area. That's associated with Jose. Let's get right into that forecast. We have that cutoff low with Jose. For the most part, we're dominating here with a blocking ridge. Getting right into the forecast, starting off with your midpoint of the week, Wednesday. Of course, we're still dealing with areas most to the northeast, sunny skies near 80, but it's here, Cape Cod, down to Long Island, Rhode Island, eastern Connecticut, southeastern Massachusetts. That's where we're socked in with clouds, fog, and even some rain showers, wind gusts 40 to 60 miles per hour in some areas with tropical storm force conditions possible. Into your Thursday, take a look at this across the northeast. We start to move Jose slightly away from the northeast. We're really building in high pressure. And look at that, temperatures breaking into the middle 80s in Pennsylvania. Into your Friday, TGIF. look at this. We pretty much get rid of most of the rain bands associated with Jose, and we really set up for a big warming trend here. Take a look at this Saturday. There's many areas that will be cracking 85 degrees. Very beautiful for this time of year. Let's get right into that extended outlook. Hometown viewers from Binghamton to Scranton, Sarah, Oswego, Appalachian, and all points in between. Look at this. Starting off with your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday here, we're dealing with wall-to-wall sunshine. Temperatures through the forecast period will average right around 80 to 85. But take a look at this. By Sunday, we could be cracking 88 in some of the warmer valleys. Don't forget to like me on Facebook, MeteoMark. Subscribe to me on YouTube at MeteoMark Comments, Twitter at WX Northeastern, Google Plus at MeteoMark, www.meteomark.com, and weathernortheastern.com. That'll do it for this edition of Weather Northeastern.